Hello everyone, welcome to ASL Week 3. So, my recording corrupted, so for this week I'll be doing post, commentary, and match analysis. At least my team analysis survived somehow, so there's that, even though the audio is terrible. But yeah, I'll play the team summary for you guys now, and then we'll hop on to the match. Anyway, we're up against Hutch. I forget his team name, that's on me. I'll make sure to remember it for the... you know what I mean. Anyway, so this matchup it's not as bad as her first matchup in my opinion, but it's definitely got its tricky bits. So here's what we came up with. So first up we've got Lord Desmond as last time, or Kingambit, with Sword Stance, Terror Blast, Sucker Punch, and Low Kick. Low Kick is for our Chalodon, because otherwise I don't really have a good way to hit it. Terra Blast is for Ogre Pawn Hearthflame, and Sucker Punch is just for general utility. Oh, and Terra Blast is also for Great Tusk. And Sucker Punch, it's a must-have move on Kingambit, and ideally Sword Stance can lead to a win con if it comes down to it. But we'll see how the game goes. Next, we've got Terrapagos here with lefties. Terrapagos is here for like removing hazards, although I really doubt he brings that many because he doesn't have the best setters in the world. Calm Mind, Terra Star Storm, Earth Power. This could win me the game depending on the situation, like how we're doing material wise. Like this can claim a kill if it gets to +1 because he doesn't have any great answers to Terra Star Storm. And like the two... our Chalodon who resists Terra Star Storm is weak to Earth Power, and then he also has a Houndstone, which, if it comes, just props to you, man, because that thing I did not expect just in general. So, you know, if it's here, Earth Power still does like 30 to 40%, so should be fine there, but we'll see how that goes. Next we got Specs Latios again, the GOAT, Luster Purge, Flip Turn, Draco Meteor, and Aurasphere. Aurasphere always OHKOs Archelodon, I believe. It might not if it's Assault Vest Spedef invested, but I'm pretty sure it should always do the job. We've got it to Speed Tie Ogerpon, so every time these two are on the field together, unless he didn't speed creep, like he also didn't go for the Speed Tie, it's always going to be a coin flip whether we move first. Draco is just always nice to have. He doesn't have the best switch-ins to it, besides Florges, who is a pain. And then Luster Purge, who can, I'm pretty sure, 2-hit KO Florges if I get the Sped F drop. So we'll see how that ends up playing out. Next up, we've got Specs and Amorous, so, you know, double Specs, double fun. Earth Power, Moonblast, Sludge Bomb, and Healing Wish. Moonblast, Earth Power, just must-have moves. Like, I hit everything with Moonblast. The few things that I don't, I can Earth Power, like, let's say Carkol, who's not a real Pokemon. That's the end of my list of things that can really switch into Moonblast. Sludge Bomb hits Florges super effectively. Should do like 80%, 90%. And it also hits Ogerpon, although I don't think Ogerpon takes 2 Moonblast. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Next, we've got Bandit Sneasler again. Pretty similar to what I had before. Direct Claw, CC, U-turn. I have Switcheroo, because I don't really need any other move besides Direct Claw in close combat. So, you know, having Switcheroo to, like, trick Florges or stop a boosted Archelodon, something like that is always super nice to have, and should come in clutch in case we run into some trouble. But for the most part, I think we'll just be clicking the top 3 moves. And then last up, we've got Rotom again, heavy duty boosts, as you'll probably see most weeks. Volt Switch, Will-O-Wisp, Pain Split, and Overheat. Will-O-Wisp is super nice. Burn Tusk, burn Archelodon, burn Gyarados. Pain Split, just, you know, to heal back up on high HP targets. Volt to pivot, as it always should, and Overheat to just chip things if I need to. I think it does like 20-23% to Archelodon. So that's my hopeful way of taking it down if it gets too many iron defenses up. And well, yeah, that's the team. So we'll see how this goes. I'll catch you guys when we're in the actual match. I'd also quickly like to thank my opponent who sent me his recording for the match, because otherwise I would have had no footage to work with this week. So thanks again for that, and let's move on to the match. So the match finally begins, and I see Archelodon, Houndstone, Greninja, Florges, Ogerpon, and Tusk. I noticed he didn't bring any Terra Captains, which was interesting. Good to mention now too, the first 5 minutes of the match I was not paying attention, as my capture card pulled one of these.
Oh, hold on, my bad. My bad, I was wiping some shit off, pause.
Exiting narrator. El narrador se ha cerrado inesperadamente. Si esto no se esperaba, visite el sitio web oficial de Microsoft.
I don't know what the fuck just happened.
So I decide to keep it simple and just lead Sneasler. Game begins with Sneasler staring down Greninja. I knew I was slower, so I U-turn to start getting momentum, and Greninja does the same. As Houndstone and Latios comes in, again, not paying attention due to the capture card issue. I'm pretty sure he wants to keep Houndstone healthy, so I just flip turn as Florges comes in and I go back to Sneasler. Hoping my opponent would try to read too much into the situation and stay in, I switch route trying to cripple Florges, or possibly Archelodon, predicting a Dire Claw. I predict wrong as he goes Houndstone and I traded a Choice Band for a serving of leftovers. Thinking he would Will-O-Wisp or Poltergeist, I go Terrapagos, which he predicts and body presses. Terra Shell activates, minimizing damage. But then I proceed to overpredict a switch in again and Calm Mind. But Houndstone stays in and body presses again, leaving Terrapagos very low. With him being so low, I sacrifice Terrapagos and go for an Earth Power, chipping the Hound, but I'll go down to another body press. I bring an Amorous in, and I know Houndstone will switch out here. I knew I should have Sludge Bombed, but convinced myself to Moonblast, which did a bit less than half to the incoming Ogerpon. Fearing an incoming Ivy Cudgel, I switch to Rotom, but my opponent predicts this and U-turns into Greninja. Not fully comfortable with any switch in, I stay in hoping for a Dark Pulse, but Surf comes out, taking Rotom out. Knowing this was Protean Greninja, I was pretty comfortable this was choice locked, so I went Latios. Not wanting to risk allowing Archelodon to come in for free and set up, I flip turn out for momentum and I switch out as Florges comes in. I went back to Sneasler to scare Florges out, and try to fish for a Dire Claw status. Tusk comes in on the Dire Claw, but sadly no status showed. Tusk being out is bad for me, so I go into an Amorous hoping to see a ground move. But Rapid Spin comes out, which forces me to sack an Amorous. I go Latios to scare out Tusk, preventing the sweep, and I go for Lusterper, just Florges comes in and takes it down to below half HP. I knew if I was going to win this match, I needed to start playing more aggressively. Knowing they want Florges alive, I predict Greninja to come in, so I switch on to Sneasler, and lucky for me, I get the call right. Knowing I have Kingambit in the back gives me a win con to play towards, and a key requirement for that out is chipping Tusk. Not wanting to trust the Dire Claw shenanigans, I just close combat for chip. My opponent U-turns into Ogerpon, and it goes down to CC. And Tusk finally hits the field again. Knowing I need to get this chipped, I CC again. And lucky for me, Poison Touch activates, leaving Tusk even lower, but it rapid spins, making him faster than Sneasler. With not many options left, I let Sneasler go down to an Ice Spinner. and Kingambit finally hits the field. Knowing Tusk will fall to poison damage this turn, I expected a close combat or earthquake, so I Terra Flying and Sword Stance to try to go for the win. Lucky for me, my opponent got a prediction wrong as he clicked Stealth Rock, letting me set up for free as Tusk drops to poison damage. Although this is good for me, the match is not over just yet, as Houndstone hits the field again. I know this will click Will-O-Wisp here, so I Terra Blasted and prayed for the miss, and... it misses! And so Houndstone goes down to a Terra Blast. This is exactly the position I needed. Archelodon comes back out and it uses Thunderbolt and it crits! But Kingambit holds on! I Oko it back with a low kick. This is it. Just 2 mons left. Greninja comes out, hoping to live a Sucker Punch, which was a 25% chance to Oko. I click Sucker Punch and close my eyes, and then... it kills! From here, the game is over, as Latios always wins this endgame. Florges comes back in and tries to go for a wish, hoping I clicked Sucker Punch, but I clicked Terra Blast, ending us in a 2-0 victory. And that was the story of Week 3 for ASL. I will point out right now, I did not deserve to win that match. That back-to-back 15% chance to 25% chance going in my favor is insane. But we take what we can get here. We start off with a 3-0 considering week 2 was a forfeit win. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I might do more videos like this as I really enjoy doing post-commentary. I think it's a more fun format to watch and to actually record. So I hope to do more videos like this. If you enjoyed, please subscribe. And I'll see you guys next week. Have a good one.